One of the most stupid things that I have ever seen on the internet is how people, when they go through a spiritual awakening, they become more depressed, they become more hopeless, they don't have the motivation to perform their daily activities. I'm sorry, my friend, but you have not gone through a real spiritual awakening if that is your condition. The real spiritual awakening destroys all of your fears, destroys all of your anxiety, destroys all of your panic attacks, because the real spiritual awakening is you understanding that the physical universe that you can perceive through your five senses is actually immaterial. It is completely mental and it is spiritual. The Upanishads have been saying that the physical reality is just an extension of your own mind. This is the reason why yogis have been developing spiritual practices for thousands of years in order to change their state of mind so that they could see the change in their physical reality. Your body is a part of your physical reality too. If you can upgrade your state of mind, if you can upgrade your state of consciousness, then everything in your physical reality, including your body, must get an upgrade. Even genetics, you do not have to be the victim of your genetics, you do not have to be the victim of your environment. Genes that are responsible for bad mental health and panic attacks will start to turn off, and genes that are responsible for good mental health will start to turn on if you can simply upgrade your state of consciousness. So please pay attention to this video because you will know exactly how to upgrade your state of consciousness. You do not have to spend countless amount of dollars or hours spending your money and time on therapy sessions and buying anxiety pills. If you understand how to completely change your physical reality by upgrading your state of consciousness, then you can overcome your panic attacks overnight. I'm not even exaggerating. So listen to me very clearly. The first thing that you need to do is relaxation. It's a three-step process. Three-step process in order to change your state of consciousness. First step, relaxation. How do you relax? Yoga Nidra meditation. I have a link on my description box. Do that. What happens is when you do Yoga Nidra meditation, your body achieves a state of relaxation and your mind achieves a state of alertness. This is the moment where your brain starts to produce beautiful, slow, coherent alpha waves and theta waves. Right now, you're watching me on your phone or your tablet or your computer, and your brain is producing beta waves. When your brain is highly focused on a particular problem in your life, when you're super stressed, your brain is producing high beta waves. Not very good. Your brain needs to produce alpha waves, which are very coherent, so that you can visualize things easily. And when your brain produces theta waves, all of that visualization will go right into your subconscious mind. And when your subconscious mind gets impressed with a particular kind of visualization, it is going to affect your autonomic nervous system, it is going to affect your body, and it is going to affect your physical reality. Because, listen to me, your physical reality is getting projected from your subconscious mind. It is the deeper mind. Your conscious mind is just a thinking mind. It has no power. The only power that you must give to your conscious mind is the power of imagination. And once that imagination gets impressed into your subconscious mind, magic will start to happen. So please do Yoga Nidra meditation to produce alpha waves and theta waves in your brain. When you do Yoga Nidra meditation, what you're going to do next is you start to imagine, you start to visualize that you are already a person that you desire to become, and you're already doing the things that you want to do. So start to visualize that you're already a very calm, happy, relaxed, joyful, empowered person. Start to visualize what are the things that you're going to do in your world now that you have become that person. Maybe you're going to go to new social events and talk to people in a very confident manner with your chest out. Maybe your breathing rate is going to be really relaxed and slow while you're talking to people. Visualize this. Maybe you're going to wake up with a big smile on your face instead of heart palpitation and sweating from your face. Visualize that. Maybe you're going to go to bed at night with a big smile on your face and saying to yourself, wow, I had an amazing day. Visualize that. Start to visualize everything that signifies to your subconscious mind that you have now healed and you are now living a life with all the fulfillment where everything is turning out for you wonderfully. So, if you're currently avoiding dating, if you're currently avoiding stimulating agents like coffee because you're inflicted with mental pain, start to date people in your imagination. Start to smell the aroma of coffee in your imagination. Start to touch your romantic partner's hair. Start to kiss them. Start to smell their perfume. Start to hear them compliment you on how powerful and how peaceful of a human being you are. Start to say to your friends and family in your imagination, hey guys, you do not have to worry about me anymore. I'm fine. I'm completely okay. I do not go to therapy sessions anymore. Start to hear your friends and family say to you in your imagination, wow, you have completely changed. Your outlook on life has completely changed. You're now so peaceful and relaxed these days. Provide all the sensory vividness to your imaginary scenario, the things that you can see, things that you can hear, things that you can smell, things that you can taste, things that you can touch. If you provide enough sensory vividness to your imagination, what happens is your brain loses its distinguishing ability to differentiate between what an imagined act is and an experience that you have in this three-dimensional world. So, when you provide enough sensory vividness to your imagination act, your brain starts to create neural networks that reflect like all that imagined scenario is actually happening to you in real time. Start taking advantage of this wonderful property of your mind, of your brain. So, the third step is mental rehearsal of the imagination until you start to feel the feelings from it. So, what you're going to do is you completely immerse yourself into that imaginary scenario. You do not imagine as if you're watching some movie as a third person spectator. You become the first person actor. You become that person who is changed. You become that person who does all sorts of amazing things in your imagination, and you mentally rehearse it over and over and over and over and over again, because the neural network that is formed inside of your brain that reflect all that imagination needs to be permanent, needs to be strengthened, needs to be hard and set. And when you mentally rehearse this imagination scene enough times, this neural network that becomes hard and set starts to send a rush of chemicals down your body. These chemicals are going to create feelings in your body that are equal to your imagined scenario. Your imagination scenario signified that you're now a completely upgraded version of yourself and everything is wonderful in your life. So you are going to feel all the positive emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment. And the moment you start to feel all these elevated emotions of gratitude, joy, and empowerment, your healing begins. We have this stupid way of thinking that we need to await our healing, we need to await the success from the external reality to feel grateful, to feel thankful, to feel joyful. But no, if you're creating your life from your imagination, the first thing that you must do is embrace the feelings of that imagination. Only then the imagined scenario actually materializes into existence. This is why 20th century spiritual leader Neville Goddard said, imagination creates reality. But your imagination right now is weak. Strengthen your imagination by providing all the sensory vividness and embrace the feelings of your imagination, and it must create reality. It must give rise to the desired reality in your external circumstance. So please, for your own sake, do this. Follow these three simple principles and change your life. If you do not want to do it for your own sake, at least try to prove me wrong. If you prove me wrong, I'll stop making these kinds of videos. I promise you, please. Now, the only thing that you need to get really good at is sustaining these elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment. Right now, you are sustaining the emotion of anxiety, worries, and concern. Nothing needs to happen in your life. You can simply feel anxiety for no reason because you have practiced feeling anxiety for so long. You have practiced imagining the worst case scenarios of your life for so long. So start to recondition your brain. Start to show up every day and do these three simple steps every day. Start to imagine that you're now a completely different human being. Start to feel the elevated emotions of your imagination. And one day you'll be able to sustain these elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment. And the funny thing is, anxiety, worries, concern, panic attacks cannot exist with the emotion of gratitude, joy, empowerment. So you do not even have to wait for your visualization to materialize into existence. You can simply close your eyes and simply feel amazing feelings by doing these three simple steps. You don't even need to look in your external reality to confirm whether your visualization is actually going to happen, because I have just given you the tools to simply feel grateful, empowered, and joyful simply by imagining things, simply by mentally rehearsing, simply by relaxing. Isn't this amazing? Please change your life. And the funny thing is, if when you're not looking for your imaginary scenario to actually materialize into existence, that is the exact moment when things just align itself and everything that you have visualized will happen. But don't focus on that. Start to focus on feeling the feelings of that imaginary scenario, because that's what truly matters. You have been feeling anxiety for way too long. Now it's time to feel grateful. It's time to feel empowered. It's time to feel joyful. Start to focus on that. Please change your life by following these three simple steps. And when you can do this, when you can sustain these elevated emotions, get ready because magic is about to happen. Now, the things that you need to get really aware of is anything that takes your attention away from you, because you need to be able to hold your attention on a particular imaginary scenario in order to derive feelings from it. But if your attention span is getting taken away, it's getting snatched away by the means of TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, instant gratification, drugs, alcohol, all of these things are making your attention span shorter and shorter. So stop paying attention to these things. Start to pay attention to your inner world of thoughts, feelings, and mental imagery. The more attention you pay to your inner world, the real it becomes, and the more you can derive feelings from it. Anything negative that happens in your external reality, don't pay attention to it, because I have already told you, it's just an illusion. It is just Maya. The external circumstance is just Maya, because it is actually just getting projected from your own state of consciousness. When your state of consciousness is bad, it's not a surprise that your external physical reality is bad as well. The events that befall upon you are tragic, your health deteriorates because your state of mind is bad. So do not obsess over the external physical reality. Anything negative happens, don't bother about it. Close your eyes, focus on upgrading your state of consciousness by doing these three simple steps, and slowly things will start to realign itself. One day you will just wake up to be a completely different human being, surrounded by amazing, wonderful circumstances, with your mental health on top, very performing, highly amazing mental health, and you'll be surprised and you'll be so thankful that you found this wonderful information in YouTube. One simple YouTube video can change your life. Please do these three simple steps: relaxation through yoga nidra, visualization, and mental rehearsal of the visualization until you start to derive the feelings from it. Please change your life. Now, I have made a ton of different videos on how to completely overcome your panic attacks, but if you still feel like you cannot do it alone, then I have my Gmail, my Viber, my Telegram, my WhatsApp, which are all linked in the description box down below. Message me and then we can get started right away. I provide one-to-one online coaching. So remember, sky is the limit. Once you truly know how to imagine correctly and feel the emotions of your desired imagination correctly. Subscribe and I will see you in the next video.